Hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for subscribing to Tenza Motorsports and liking today's content. Also, thank you for checking out our Instagram, Tenza_Motorsports, where we do giveaways. Just make sure that you are following us to be part of those. We've got two other Instagrams for us to look at today. One of them being Nikki_Nightmare46, which is the build for this car. The other one being Revmatch.motorsport. Now, they are the ones that are going to be doing all of my tuning for Tenza Motorsports from here on out. The reason being is that they've got a little bit more personal touch, a little bit easier to approach than some of the other tuners. And I'll get to that in just a second. But this car right here is a M54B30 swapped M3 shell. The reason we're not doing an S54 is because they cost so much money and you can make similar power with one of these and a supercharger kit. Now we got our supercharger kit used and Revmatch will be helping us tune this car when we do the supercharger later on. But for right now, the S54 can be replaced with an M54 and just a slight amount of boost. And we were able to get an entire car and a supercharger kit for less than 4,500 bucks, which is about what an S54 block costs. So that's why we went with the M54. Now, we have seen a lot of things going on in this car recently. So the fuel cell, we got the exhaust all done up. This car, as of today, is ready to start. And this leads us back to the tune. The tune was the only thing that was stopping us from getting the car to start. The reason being is basically the system that runs the body needs to be able to communicate with the system that talks to the engine. And if you've got an engine from one car, which means that the ECU came out of another car, and then you have the body harness to this one, they're not going to want to talk to each other without some sort of intervention. And so that's what Revmatch has done for us. And we did the basic upgrade tune, you know, the raise the RPMs up a little bit, take the top speed governor off, and a few other little things, but they are able to do so many things to this ECU, it's crazy. They can do like launch control, they can do forced induction tunes. Like I mentioned, we're gonna be tuning this car and the white car with superchargers. I'm gonna go get a custom tune for the white car because it's not running quite just right. I want a customized tune for me. And one of the biggest reasons I like Revmatch is because I didn't feel stupid asking questions. When you go to some of these larger companies and you're like, well, either you're having issues, you have questions about something, they just treat you like you're dumb. And it's like, well, I'm not dumb. I built a car. I just don't understand some of the electronic issues or problems that need to be overcome. And it just felt like I could ask questions. I just felt like part of the E46 community, which is what those guys are, a huge enthusiast. And I just felt more comfortable with them than any of the other tuners. And I've gone through quite a few tuners. I'm not gonna name them. If you've watched my content, you know who they are. And I'm not trying to badmouth them, but they're just not as personable. They are very much a fairly large company. They want in, out, and if there's any deviation from that, purchase this one tune and be done with it, then they just get kind of fussy. So anyways, that's why we went through Revmatch, and that's why we're gonna continue to go through them from here on out. So the process to tune this car is super easy. You'll reach out to them. They will send you an email. Once you go through their steps on how to get everything done, I will have this linked in the description below, along with all of Revmatch's information. This right here is what you'll be using. You'll connect this into the car. Really simple process. And then you walk through. Basically what you'll be doing is you'll scan your car. You'll send them basically a readout of what you've got. They go through, they make their changes, they send you a file back. Normally it's between 1 to 3 business days. Once they send the tune back to you, you'll go back onto their software, write it to the car, and then that's it. It's really simple to do. And I have heard this turnover. I'll be honest, this is after I got some issues fixed. One of my issues being that the clutch sensor, so when you push the clutch in, it hits that sensor. For some reason, I had those, because I had to custom wire them, I had them backwards. So when you pushed it in, I had that one on the back side. So all I'm gonna be doing is swapping those connectors around. We do have an issue with our fuel cell right now, because I can't get some of the AN lines to tighten up quite right, but I'm hoping to hear the car run today. I did hear it turn over about 2 or 3 times earlier. So the only thing that's missing from this car running right now is some gas. So let's go get that figured out and get this car running today. I didn't realize the inside of the car was as dirty as it is. So just ignore this and the trash can. We did a video where we stripped a bunch of the interior out, and we are still just slowly cleaning up from that. But as of right now, these sensors right here that I had wired wrong were the issue. You can hear everything start up there. And if you notice, there's no beeping. One of the things that I do with these when we're building race cars is I remove the little speaker in the back. And then let me see if we can hear this engaging. You hear that? Now that I've got this together, I'm just doing it by hand right now, but I will get that fixed. And you ready? Nice. All right, so I only did that to show that it does turn over now, because before I was getting a no crank, no start. All this would boot up and it would make humming noises in the engine, but nothing would do anything beyond that. I am so unbelievably excited to get this car running. This engine hasn't ran for about 6 months, which isn't a long time, but the last time this M3 shell ran, it had a 330 horsepower engine that we then moved out and put into a wagon, and has been sitting in storage and been moved around, and we've stole parts off of it. It was in pretty bad shape, but in this application here, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. Ha! All right. It runs. It runs, it runs, it runs. Very, very, very happy. I am still unfortunately fighting leaks out of my fuel cell. I don't know what's going on, but the AN lines are just not, the two bottom connectors are just not doing it. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to continue to figure that out, but we are running. And yes, big, huge thanks to Revmatch Motorsport. They have been absolutely awesome. I highly recommend them. We're gonna be continuing to use them. Fantastic guys, fantastic products, and we are more than excited to get this car on the road. We are so close to having this roll off the lift. It's crazy. We're gonna be continuing to do some more adjustments where we've got the alignment on the front of the car all messed up. We still have some more sound deadening to remove in here. And yeah, we're so close, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. Once again, very happy with Revmatch, their tuning capabilities, and their excellent customer service. And we will see everybody in the next video.
Bam!